Hi there, everyone. Today is the Matilda Test. This is a test for all of the chapters. I am going to be crossing off quite a bit of it. The vocab section. I know we've been doing the vocab the vocab each week, or not each week, each time we did them in the comprehension packet, where you do the 3 words and fill in the blanks. But I just feel like it's a little difficult to be quizzed on those for the entire book. So I've thought about it quite a bit. I talked to Miss Sybil and decided we're just not going to do that. We're going to focus on answering comprehension questions for this instead. So you'll be able to cross it up. That being said, if you want, you can do the vocab on your own. So if you want to see how well you remember it, go for it. I'm just going to be skipping over in this video. So you're welcome to do it. You'll get bonus points in my book if you do it, but like I said, it's optional. No need to do it. Now, we're doing the assessment, so it should be in this packet that looks like this. And I know it's scary being 4 pages, but like I said, we're crossing off those vocab because it is kind of long. And there might be other questions I say, take that one off. I know for my 5th grade group, it's all 5th graders, because I know some of you are 5th graders, but for my St. Intermediate School 5th grade, their test is like 100 questions that's provided in the program. They do not do all 100, so I cross them up as we go. Okay, opening up. It goes by section, so this first 2 pages are going to be for chapters 1 through 8. The next one will be 9 through whatever. So it's broken up into sections. Now, part 1 is that vocab. You can cross that off. I'm not going to make you do that. Okay, so don't need to do vocab. Which means we jump right down to question number 7, which is comprehension. Number 7, who does Matilda live with? A, her parents and her sister. B, her parents and her brother. C, her parents. D, her aunt and uncle. So choose answer for that one. If you need to listen to it again, just rewind and hit play. Number 8. Why is Matilda resentful towards her parents? So resentful is like she has anger towards them. She doesn't like things that they've done. Why is she resentful? A, they never let her leave the house. B, they are unkind to her and they ignore her. C, they don't allow her to go to school. D, they keep her too busy. So which one of those fits how Matilda's parents treat her? Got this nice, lovely picture of Matilda over here. The program that we got this from has some weird pictures. You should see some for one of my other books I'm using. They're strange. Number 9. What is the first trick that Matilda plays on her father? So what's the first thing she does to him? A, she makes him think their house is haunted. B, she makes him dye his hair silver. C, she puts a talking parrot in the chimney. Or D, she super glues his hat to his head. Now, if you want, I was going to tell you something, but I'm changing my mind. Do your best to remember what happened first, and there's some little hints, like, was she dyeing his hair silver? What color was it actually dyeing? Okay, so what happened first? Do your best there, because it's kind of tricky to remember what happened first, because they all kind of happen in their own way. Number 10. Ooh, too far. Number 10. How does Miss Honey try to help Matilda? So what does Miss Honey do to try to help her? A, she tutors her after school. A tutor is someone who helps you if you're struggling with school. Is Matilda struggling with school? B, she moves her to a school for the gifted. Does Matilda get moved to a school for gifted? Remember, this is only for chapters 1 through 8. C, she asks Miss Trunchbull to move her to a higher form. A higher form is like a higher grade level. So does she ask Miss Trunchbull to move her to a higher grade level? D, she teaches her special lessons during recess. I hope you can all get that one because it's kind of a little bit of an easier one, in my opinion. 11. Describe Miss Trunchbull by naming 2 of her character traits and support your answer. So you need to use complete sentences. You can't just list mean, awesome. Okay? You need to use things from the story. So if you're saying she's nice, like if I'm going to use Miss Honey, for example, because I don't want to give you Miss Trunchbull. If I were to say Miss Honey, I would describe her as being helpful. I would say Miss Honey is helpful because she tries to help Matilda. Okay, you could also say Miss Honey is kind because she takes Matilda in. So that's two complete sentences that describe the character trait. So how would you describe her? And you support it with an example from the book. So don't just list them. You need to explain why they are that way. Why is Miss Trunchbull the words that you choose? And who is your favorite character? And it says so far, explain why. Who's your favorite character in the book and why? Who did you like the best? Maybe you did like Miss Trunchbull the best because she brought some insane things to the story. Or maybe you liked Matilda. Maybe you like Mr. Wormwood. I don't know. You decide. 2 sentences. My favorite character is blank. I like them because. Then flip the page. We're on assessment number 2. This is for chapters 9 through 14. This is optional. We're not going to be doing it together right now because I'm not going to make you do it, so I don't want to read it. Okie dokie. Number 7. How do Matilda's parents react when Miss Honey visits their house? So Miss Honey comes to talk to them about Matilda. How do they react? A, they thank her graciously for coming. So like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for coming. Like they're thankful she's there. Is that how they acted? B, they yell at her to get out of their house. Is that true? C, they are uninterested in Matilda's abilities. D, they pretend to be excited about Matilda's intelligence. So think about what we know about Mr. and Mrs. Wormwood. How do you think they would treat Miss Honey? And how do you know? I mean, we read it. If you forgot, just know that you can reference what you know about them to help you answer this one. Number 8. Why does Amanda Thripp get into trouble with Miss Trunchbull? So what did Amanda do? She was the one outside at recess. So she's not in class with Matilda. This is one outside at recess. What happened? A, she does not multiply correctly. B, she does not spell correctly. C, she's wearing dirty clothes. Or D, she has pigtails. This is the girl that flew over the fence. It was in the chapter called The Hammer, and Miss Trunchbull threw her. That was my little hint. I hope that helped. Turn to the next page. There we go. Why does the Trunchbull punish Bruce Bogtrotter? Why is he punished? I kind of like this chapter. It involved chocolate, which is like my favorite thing in the world, some of you know. A, he stole her cake. B, he stole her candy. Now, I know my hint was chocolate, but it was a chocolate-flavored thing. To clarify, I don't want to confuse you. C, he was failing at school. D, he makes fun of other students, other kids. So why was he punished? And then he had to do something. He had to eat a lot of something. That's my hint for this one. I hope that you remember that one because it's kind of a big part of our book. Number 10. What trick does Lavender play on Miss Trunchbull? So she does something. What does she do? I hope you remember this one also. A, she puts a newt in Miss Trunchbull's water. B, she puts a toad in Miss Trunchbull's water. C, she spills water on Miss Trunchbull. Or D, she makes Miss Trunchbull sit on syrup. This is also kind of a funny chapter. It actually took up 2 or 3 chapters of Lavender doing this trick. Okay. Describe Miss Trunchbull again by naming 2 of her character traits. I'm going to change this because we just did that on the other one. I want you to describe Miss Honey. Describe Miss Honey by naming 2 of her character traits in sport, just like we did on the previous page. Say, which I gave you, I gave you examples of this one if you really were reminded. Say what her trait is and explain why you think that. And then summarize Matilda's first miracle. Remember, she had 3 chapters about miracles, and it involved her eyes. So what is that first miracle that happens? involves the glass of water. I'm really just going easy on you and giving you so many hints today. I'm in a good mood, apparently. Okie dokie. And our last assessment is for the rest of the book, 15 to 21, the most recent stuff we've read. Once again, don't need to be doing these unless you want to try it, because a couple of these, Consent, Chaos, and Crimson, were the ones that we just did. So maybe you want to try those. What was Crimson? Maybe try them. Give them a little try. But like I said, it's not mandatory. Part 2, Comprehension. 7. To whom does Matilda show her second miracle? So after we had that first miracle, she does stuff with her eyes again. Who does she show? Lavender, B, Miss Honey, C, her parents, or D, her brother? I hope you get this one too. Number 8. Why is Miss Honey poor? We talked quite a bit about this, so I'm hoping that you remember me reminding you of all this many, many times. A, her aunt takes most of her money. B, she owes her parents a lot of money. Does she owe them? Are they alive to owe money to? C, her teaching job does not pay very much money. D, Miss Honey chooses to give a lot of her money away. So why is she poor? Why does she not have a lot of money? Here's Mr. Trunchbull. Oh, no, he cracks me up, that big frown. Flip over. Okay. Why does Matilda practice moving the cigar? So why is she doing that? A, so she can trick Miss Trunchbull. B, so she can trick her parents. C, so she can show off her abilities. D, so she can scare her father. We just read this recently, so I hope that you remember. And 10, why does Miss Trunchbull leave town? So she all of a sudden decides to leave and give the house, or she turns in the will and gives the house back to Miss Honey and all that. So why does she leave town? A, she's afraid of Magnus's ghost. B, she's afraid of Matilda. C, she gets fired from her job. D, Miss Honey tells her to leave. So why does she leave town? Okay, writing time. 11. How would you feel if you were Matilda at the end of the story? Why? So think about the ending of our story with Matilda's parents leaving, Miss Honey taking her in. How do you think you would feel? Would you feel upset? Would you feel happy? And explain to me why you would feel that way. I need 2 sentences for this one. Okay? And number 12, last question you'll ever need to do for me, for Matilda, is, do you like the ending of this story? Why or why not? Once again, 2 sentences. Did you like the ending of it? Do you like how this book ended? So you can say, yes, I like the ending. No, I did not like the ending. And then explain to me why. What were some reasons why you did or did not like it? Okay? 2 sentences for that. And then you have completed it. That is it. There are a couple other sheets about Matilda sent with the latest packet of stuff for my class or Mrs. Sybil's class. We're not going to be doing those because they changed the schedule on us. And based on that, I want us to be able to do fun stuff the last 2 weeks. And that's kind of the plan for all the teachers instead of doing more work, which is what we were originally thinking. So don't worry about those other sheets. Should be like a figurative language one, a thought bubble one maybe. We're not going to be doing those, okay? This is the last thing for Matilda, so if there's other Matilda sheets, you can just recycle them. I hope everything's going well. If you have a question on this, let either Mrs. Sybil or myself know, and we'll be able to help you out. And keep up the great work. We're getting close to summer. Bye.